I'm working on a theme song. Chill.
Well, guys, I want to do a little bit of a mini ongoing series here chronicling this year's fantasy football. Recently, just a few days ago, we had the draft for my league. Fifth year doing this. I'm probably not really an expert. We do things a little bit differently. It's PPR, points per reception. But beyond that, you get 6 points for passing the touchdown, catching it, running it in, returning it. So it's 6 points for any touchdown, and this makes the draft particularly interesting. I thought I had this figured out because everybody had been doing it wrong, stacking up on running backs, and in today's game, it's largely running back by committee. There's very few teams that have a all-down, all-purpose back who also catches the ball. And when you catch the ball, you get a point. So running backs, yeah, you can get a lot of points there. But it's mostly the quarterbacks and the ultra stud receivers who are doing the real damage. So, my plan was to hopefully get an early pick, early slot, maybe be able to draft 2 elite quarterbacks in a row, like go Tom Brady and Drew Brees, and then be able to deal one off for anybody I wanted. This was the plan. Instead, I drew the last pick in the league. So for us, this was pick 10, and I'm thinking, F my balls. By the time it gets to me, it's everybody who has some kind of knee injury or contract dispute who's available, or Eli Manning. I go my first 2 picks because it goes down to the bottom and then cycles back up. So I'm having to pick at the very last. I get the last pick in the whole thing. But I get 2 early on picks, theoretically. I have to pick ahead of the curve. So I'm picking Eli Manning and Maurice Jones-Drew. Eli, for the love of Pete's Dragon, do like you did last season. Get a lot of touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Hopefully your team will be behind and you will have to do this. That's my only hope there, bro. Just keep improving, okay? I need you to help me stick in this. Because last year I had Michael Vick. And when you have quarterback inconsistency in fantasy, that's what you end up with, is a BS record. I had like the number 1 defense, the number 1 running game. I was second in total points, and I still didn't make the playoffs because of BS quarterback stuff. So, QB consistency, that's the name of the game. Today's league mandates that you need an elite passing quarterback. I don't care if you're playing a traditional scoring system. These guys are putting up like 40 to almost 50 touchdowns a season. And no one's gone into detail about this, but moving back the kickoff, or moving it forward so that you have more touchbacks, that affects the game big time for these elite quarterbacks. No shit that 3 of them go for like 5,000 yards. And then Eli nearly does it too. When these guys have a touchdown coming their way, this inevitable touchdown is only a little further away. It adds up. So, it's going to keep happening. Trust me, go for the QBs. Okay? Now, from the looks of things over here, I'm going to be overdosing on some Mio energy, so please excuse me.